Hey, what's going on guys, welcome back to another video. Today's video I've got an old-fashioned 4K Blu-ray DVD 3D update for you guys. I've got a wide range of stuff here as per usual. It's been about a month or so since my last update video, so the stack has been getting gradually bigger, especially the last couple of days, which prompted me to do it right now. So again, wide range of stuff, let's just get right into it. Alright guys, so if I've done any unboxings for any of the stuff here that I'm talking about in this update, I will leave a link in the description if you want to go and check out the unboxing. So first of all, talking of an unboxing, I did do an unboxing of this, and that is the Black Panther 4K Steelbook from Zavvi. Yeah, Black Panther. I'm very late on talking about this film, but put it to a short sentence, I really enjoyed the film. I thought it was very refreshing. I enjoyed how no one really interfered in the movie in terms of any of the main Avenger characters. It was kind of a standalone movie, which is why I really enjoyed it. It was very refreshing. I loved the whole world of Wakanda. I loved all the people in the movie. I thought they all did a great job. So yeah, I really enjoyed this film, and I know it's kind of the usual thing to say, but you know what, Infinity War, I was a letdown by. So yeah, compared to this, I enjoyed this more than Infinity War. I was a little underwhelmed with Infinity War. But anyway, Black Panther, really good film. The 4K looked fantastic. It is a native 4K release, so it'll look better than most 4Ks. I believe they shot it in 6K, and then it got downgraded to 4K digital and intermediate. So it looks gorgeous. The colours are popping out the screen. All the establishing shots are crystal clear and sharp. The detail of the faces and costumes and things are great. This is really one I recommend picking up in 4K. And yeah, at first I wasn't that keen on the artwork to this Steelbook. I wasn't that keen, but when I got it in the mail, I was kind of hesitant. I was kind of tempted to sell it and then get the slipcover edition, but I kept it, and it has grown on me, so I'm glad that I kept it. So yeah, Black Panther. Alright guys, the next one I picked up is from Paramount. They've been putting a lot of 4Ks out recently. So the one I picked up was Saving Private Ryan. Ultimately my favourite war film. You know, that's one of my favourite genres, so I've seen a lot of war films. But this one still is the best to this day. I don't really need to talk about it. The 4K was really good on this disc. I mean, again, it was shot in 35mm, so it is a true 4K native. The digital intermediate was 4K, so it looks amazing as you'd expect. For me though, the skin tones were one of the most noticeable differences. They were a lot more realistic than the Blu-ray that I saw. When I was comparing them at the same time, the Blu-ray looked very white on the 4K, on the Blu-ray, sorry. But on this, you know, they looked a lot more natural. Same as the overall brightness to the film, especially during the D-Day beach scene, like Omaha Beach. Very bright, but then when you look at the Blu-ray, it's very dark and gritty, so they did an amazing job on this. I did do a video actually asking a question about this, about some of the effects in the movie. It turns out that was just due to the condition of the film negatives, so it wasn't a fault in terms of upgrading it to 4K. So this was an amazing transfer. I recommend it highly. I did do an unboxing of this one as well if you want to go and check it out on my channel. Again, I'll leave a link in the description to this video. But yeah, Saving Private Ryan. Alright guys, so HMV have recently done an offer for pure HMV members, where if they do the 2 for 30 4Ks, they actually get a special offer where it's £25. They actually knock off £5 from the £30, so it's basically 2 for 25 if you had their card. I've had it for many years, so I took part in the deal. I picked up 2 4Ks, so I picked up Jigsaw. I've been wanting this ever since it came out. I did rent this movie before buying it. I've done that quite a few times this year. I've kind of rented it or streamed it from Netflix or something before buying it, just so, you know, I know if I'm going to watch it again. But I truly love this film. If you're thinking not to watch it because the other Saw films were kind of getting worse and worse, I would say it's probably better than Saw 3 onwards. So not quite as good as number 1 or 2, but it's pretty much the third best out of the whole series, if you count it as part of the series. I love this film. I loved all the traps. I loved the deaths. That sounds really weird, but you know, but yeah, you know, in a way they're very creative because they have to get traps that, again, it sounds weird, but that will kind of shock you or make you love the film. And some of the traps in here were really, really good, and really well thought out. I had a great time watching this. I've seen it twice. Again, I'd rented it and then I did watch it on 4K. This was a digital intermediate 2K, so it's not a native 4K release, but it still looks gorgeous. I mean, there's not many dark scenes in this, so it's a lot of kind of bright scenes. The colors are fantastic. All the outdoor scenes are really, really nice and sharp looking. So it's worth picking up straight just for the HDR alone, not to mention the upscale in sharpness and detail. So yeah, Jigsaw, I highly recommend this one. Okay guys, so the one I got with Jigsaw, so I got the 2 for $25. I finally picked up Hitman's Bodyguard. This was an hour film that I rented before purchasing. I had a great time watching this one. I mean, it was so funny, the action was great, the story was pretty good in my opinion. I actually really liked the story. It was way better than I thought. You know, when I went into it, I was thinking it's going to be very generic, very basic, you know, just meh. But I had a great time watching this one. I laughed out loud. I was impressed with the action. The performances by all the different people in here was great. Salma Hayek especially was pretty good in this movie, I thought. John Goodman was, not John Goodman, what's his name? Gary Oldman. Why did I say John Goodman? Gary Oldman playing I believe a Russian villain. Amazing. One of my favourite roles I think I've seen him in. So yeah, I really recommend Hitman's Bodyguard, and this looked fantastic on 4K. Now it wasn't shot in 4K, but it was shot in 3.4K, but the digital intermediate was 4K. So, you know, it's only slightly upgraded, you know, whereas if it was a 2K, it'd be a lot more up converted, whereas 3.4K, you know, there's very little upscaling needed. So this disc looks fantastic, like one of the best non-4K discs I think I've seen that's not native 4K. Definitely. And the HDR, again, one of the best uses of HDR in my opinion. The colors are just popping. Whenever there's like police sirens, your whole room lights up, you know, blue and red. They're so deep colors. All the explosions and the fires and the flames just look incredible. This really is a top-notch disc in terms of 4K. So I really recommend this in 4K, guys. Alright guys, the next one is an HMV offer for card members, or pure HMV members as they call it. If you don't know by now, every month they offer a new 4K title for $9.99 instead of $20. So I think last month it was Sicario. I'm guessing because the new one's out now. Yeah, Sicario. I have this on Steelbook somewhere back here. This is one of my favourite films in the last 10 years. I absolutely adore this film. Such an original movie. The performances are so good. You know, Del Toro, Josh Brolin, Emily Blunt, all phenomenal performances in this movie, in my opinion. I love the story. I love the look of the film. It's very gritty. I love it. What more do I need to say? And again, the 4K, amazing. Now I'd seen this movie on Blu-ray probably close to 10 times, so I knew the Blu-ray pretty well. As soon as this got popped in, I could instantly tell a difference. Whether it was the sand, whether it was cars, whether it was the sky, any rooms that they were in, you could instantly tell it was 4K. It was so detailed and crisp. There was no softness. The HDR was stunning. A lot of color differences. There's a scene where after she gets attacked in the hotel, she has like a shower. On the Blu-ray, it's like a very greenish room, like a green tint. But then when you watch it on 4K, it's kind of just a normal white beigey wall kind of room. So it's like completely different. And the sand, like the desert, looks so much better. On the Blu-ray, it's like a yellow greenish tint. but when you watch the 4K, it's actually kind of like this color. It's like a dirty brownish color, like dark brown. It looks stunning. It really does. It's the best the film's ever looked. So I really recommend this as like a must-have in your collection if you're just starting out 4Ks. Alright guys, next one. I actually put this out on Instagram and Twitter. If you haven't followed me on there, link in the description. I do post about deals that I find, and this was one of them. It's a 4K release for Oblivion. Now the deal that I got on this was the retailer called Carrie's, the electronics store. They were actually having a clearance on 2 4K titles, Star Trek Into Darkness and Oblivion. I already had Star Trek Into Darkness, so I didn't bother getting that. But I didn't have Oblivion, and these were marked down to £7 each instead of like $24.99. So they took a lot of money off, and I ended up getting it for about, I think it was like £7.80, so almost £8. But that was a great deal considering Amazon, HMV, Zavvi, it was like £15 to £25 depending on where you looked. So I really did want to pick this up, and I'd never seen the movie before, and it was okay. I did watch it, and I did watch it in 4K. It was alright. A bit more complex story than I was expecting, which was surprising. It kind of gave it a bit more of a entertainment value, I suppose, than just a generic sci-fi film. So I really recommend this. It's a decent film. Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise as usual. I can't really get past him when it's him playing a character. But yeah, I did get it for £7, and it looks good on 4K. It's a bit of a bland film. It kind of just is kind of a grey, silver, like kind of movie color scheme. I think it's not until you get like 45 minutes in you start seeing deserts and forests and proper houses and things where the colours start coming into effect with the HDR. But the detail, the establishing shots and all that looked really good, so I do recommend picking this up. I do believe it's off their website now, so you might have to go into stores to try and get it. I don't know if they'll still carry it or not, but I think the website has taken it down, so you might have missed it, you might not have, I'm not sure. We're going to go talk about the only 3D title that I picked up this month. I'm still buying 3Ds, you know, even though I'm buying 4Ks, I still buy 3D because I still have a 3D TV. I love my 3D, so the only title I picked up was Transformers Age of Extinction. I got this for £1 from CX, my local shop, and yeah, what can I say? I picked up Dark of the Moon 3D about 2 months ago, and I watched it last month, and I thought the 3D was incredible. I thought it was such a good 3D release. There was black bars, but then like key moments there was the full frame IMAX scenes, so it looked gorgeous in 3D, and even just the picture quality, the sharpness and all that looked fantastic. So I knew I wanted to pick this up for £1, and this didn't disappoint me. I watched it 2 nights ago. I had never seen the film before, so I am watching these for the first time while I'm watching the 3D, and it's not a great movie. The 3D is fantastic, like really good. Michael Bay, I love when he does 3D movies because he knows how to do them right. I thought these were shot on 3D cameras, but I've since been told they're not. So I guess they're conversions, but some of the best conversions for 3D, I think. Even though there's not many pop-outs, the depth is incredible. There's some amazing shots of great depth, and yeah, it's immersive. It really is immersive, I can say that. It truly immerses you into the world with big robots talking and fighting, and yeah, big dinosaur robots. You know, the movie itself I thought was fine. I didn't have a problem with the movie really, other than maybe the love romance in there with the daughter and the car guy. Some of that could have probably been taken out of the movie, but other than that, it was alright. I mean, to be honest, the boyfriend didn't really do anything in the movie. It would have panned out the same without him, other than when they let him get away in the car at the start of the film. But yeah, I didn't mind it, so I really enjoyed watching it, and the 3D, as I said, was great. So yeah, comes with the 2 discs. There's no 2D disc, it's only the 3D and then the special features. So I don't know why there's no 2D, but anyway. To be honest, I would never watch this in 2D, I would only ever watch it in 3D. But you get some nice artwork though, so that's very cool. But yeah, as I said, I probably would never watch this in 2D. Alright guys, next title. I just got this in the mail yesterday. I posted it on my Instagram. And that's Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 2. I do have Season 1. See, that's handy. I have Season 1, the US release. The reason why I got this was because I always thought, well, originally when this show came out on DVD and Blu-ray in America, we never got it on Blu-ray in the UK. We only got DVD, and I didn't want to buy DVD. So on Black Friday a couple of years ago, I got this for $10. And I was glad because it was cheap, but then also I thought, well, it'll be fully unedited, it'll be uncut, all that sort of stuff. Because a lot of things in the UK still get cut to this day. So I always thought especially this would get cut. So then I also picked up Season 2 during Prime Day. Because I thought, well, if I've got Season 1 in the American edition, I might as well continue and get Seasons 2 and 3. So I am going to be picking up Season 3 through Amazon US at some point. But yeah, I picked up Season 2 during Prime Day. This was $26, dropped down to $13. So it was fairly cheap, which I was very happy with. So it cost me 20 British pounds. However, I did get free shipping on this. I don't know why. Just when I went to check out, it just dropped shipping rate. So I don't know why. So I actually got £7 off. So I only ended up paying like £13 for this, British pounds, which is incredible. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to rewatching it. I've seen the entire series and I love it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking out some of the special features and such on these discs. I've actually not watched any of the commentaries or listened to the commentaries, but they might be quite funny. So yeah, now I've got the first 2 seasons of the show, so I just need Season 3 for when that comes out. And yeah, they kind of match on the shelf, which is quite cool. So yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead, love it. Alright guys, so I did a bit of shopping yesterday, and I walked past my local pound store, or Poundland, and I decided to go in to see if they had any movies. Usually they never have any. If they do, there's like 1 or 2 titles, but when I went in yesterday, they probably had around 10 to 15 different titles. So I did pick up 5 of those that I could see. A lot of them I already had, or I just never wanted. There were some that I would have bought, but they weren't the 3D editions, so I kind of held off getting them. But I did manage to see 5 titles that I did want. So the first one I got was Daredevil. I've never seen Daredevil. I just hear horrible things, so I've never really took the time to watch it. I do have the DVD somewhere over here. I just never watched it, but now I have the Blu-ray edition. I'm sure I'm going to watch it. I might even watch it tonight. Yeah. Yeah, Daredevil. It's got tons of special features on it, which is always great. There you go, if you want to pause. But yeah, so let me know how Daredevil is, despite Ben Affleck being in it. Yeah, who knows, I'll watch it at some point. Hopefully tonight though. This was great because I always saw this on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Hot UK Deals. Everyone was posting that they managed to get this for £1, and I was so jealous. But that is Ghostbusters, the original, with the slipcover no less, and a digital copy. So I was super excited to get this. They never had the reboot in 3D or 2D. I would have loved to have gotten the 3D edition, because I didn't hate the movie, I just took it as like a single standalone movie. But it's great to finally have the original on Blu-ray. I have the DVD. It's been like 6 years since I've last watched this, so it'll be good going back and watching it again. And this is one of those mastered in 4K discs. Now, I actually tried this last night with Fury, the Brad Pitt film, because that's mastered in 4K. I popped it into my 4K TV and player, and apparently you had to turn, well for me anyway, my Sony TV, I had to turn on reality creation and then mastered in 4K, turn that on. I never noticed a difference at all. I was still, you know, I was pausing still frames and there was no difference whatsoever. So to me right now that's a bit of a gimmick, saying, you know, mastered in 4K. I mean, I know these came out like before proper 4K came out, but yeah, I don't know, I never noticed the difference, but yeah, an added bonus I suppose. But yeah, so slipcover and everything, so very happy to have that. Again, digital copy included for this one. Spy with Melissa McCarthy. I love this film. Again, I don't think I rented it, I think I streamed it from Now TV. But I love this film. I thought it was funny, I enjoyed the story, the action scenes were pretty good, Jason Statham was good in the movie, Jude Law was good in it, the British comedian Miranda Hart was pretty good in it. So I was quite happy to find this for only £1, with the digital copy and the extended cut of the film. So you do get both cuts, the theatrical cut and the extended cut as well, and over 2 hours of special features. So for £1, had to pick it up. I look forward to rewatching it. I'll leave the one that I've actually watched till last. This one is so funny. If you go on my Letterboxd, you'll see this. Link in the description. I actually just watched this, sorry, like 3 days ago now on Now TV, and to see it in the pound shop for the first time was pretty funny. But it's Jarhead The Siege. This is the third out of the Jarhead series of sequels. This was pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie, this was a good movie. Of course the first one is amazing, brilliant, Jake Gyllenhaal, amazing. The second film was actually pretty reasonably good. I did watch it a couple times. This one, however, so much better than the second film. Basically they're protecting a US embassy in a foreign country, and it gets attacked, so they kind of have to protect I guess the important people and all the documents and stuff like that. Really good film. I really recommend watching this. It's a very good war film or action film. I was so surprised at how actually good it was, so when I saw it in the pound shop I didn't even hesitate. I instantly picked it up. So yeah, I can't recommend it enough. It was actually really good. Now this film, this is the last one I got from the pound shop. I actually bought this thinking that this was a different movie. I thought it was the Simon Pegg film At World's End, which was like the final movie in the trilogy of Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Yeah, when I sat down to actually pop this on, I thought, this isn't the movie I was thinking it was. I ended up getting This Is the End, with a whole bunch of people actually. James Franco, Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen, Danny McBride, Michael Cera, Emma Watson, Rihanna's in this, Kevin Hart's in this, everyone's in it. Yeah, I thought this was At World's End, and yeah, it wasn't until I got home and I was about to pop it in the player that I actually read the back and thought, oh, this isn't the movie I thought it was. But I still watched it, and you know what, it was a funny movie. I watched it last night. Funny movie, I enjoyed it. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It was pretty funny, very unique story of kind of like an alien attack almost. Yeah, pretty good film. I like the Exorcist reference, all the weed they were smoking. Seth Rogen, man, he must be loving weed. It was a funny movie, I enjoyed it. Danny McBride was pretty funny in it. Yeah, I enjoyed the film, and this is again one of those mastered in 4Ks as well. Again, digital copy as well, and a slipcover as well, which is really good. But yeah, you know, I always heard people talk about this, I just never watched it, but now I've seen it, so that's awesome. Alright guys, so next up, some eBay pickups. This was from the eBay Store Entertainment Store. They were having a sale on TV seasons. It was 2 for £15. So I picked up season 9 of The Big Bang Theory, and I also picked up season 10. So I'm currently up to date with all the Big Bangs. You can see them right there. There's seasons 1 to 6, and then 8 and 9. And then, wait, no, sorry. 9 and 10, and then the rest of the seasons. Yeah, it's getting a bit old now, Big Bang Theory. It's not as funny as it used to be. There are reasons, but I won't go into it because it's kind of spoiler territory if you haven't caught up with it yet. But I don't know, it's getting a bit stale, but it's still funny in parts. I still watch it. You know, the new seasons when they air on TV. And I will complete the set on Blu-ray because it is a show that I will rewatch. So yeah, I did pick up 9 and 10. Cool covers as well. I noticed that you can pre-order season 11 as well now. But yeah, so try to complete the set, so I finally got up to date with Big Bang Theory. It's another Blu-ray I got from CEX, or Sex, however you say it, I don't know. This is a film that a lot of people were raving about when it came out. I never watched it, but I finally bought it and I watched it, and that was Only God Forgives with Ryan Gosling, from the director of Drive. Of course I love Drive, I have it, I've watched it many times. So I did really enjoy Only God Forgives. It's a slow movie, very stylish, but very good. I hope this gets a 4K because all the lighting and the places they go is just really cool in this movie. There's a lot of neon lights and things, so I think with the HDR this would look pretty badass. But the movie itself I enjoyed. You know, it wasn't near as good as Drive in my opinion, but it's still a good film to where I want to own it and rewatch it a couple times. So yeah, another film that I finally can say that I've watched. So yeah, nothing but the disc in this one. But yeah, I got it really cheap. It was about £1.50, so I couldn't pass that up. Got 3 DVDs to show you, and then that's everything that I picked up for this update. 2 of them I got for free, 1 I paid for. The first one I got, which I did pay for, was UFC 182. I'm only picking up pay-per-views that have got fights that I really liked on it, or my favourite fighters. So Jones and Cormier are 2 of my favourite fighters, so I had to pick this up, of course. This was a very good fight. Of course they did go on and have a second fight. But yeah, and now Cormier is 2-time champion, or 2 division champion right now, so that's amazing. I stayed up and watched that till 5 in the morning. But yeah, great pay-per-view, so I did pick it up. As I said, I'm not buying every single one. It's just ones that have got very key fights on them, so yeah, this was only like £1.50 as well, so I had to pick that one up. And then my uncle upgraded this series to Blu-ray, so he gave me the DVD, Angels and Demons. Never seen it, so I'm looking forward to checking out this and Da Vinci Code and Inferno. I believe Da Vinci's the first film, so I'll have to watch that first. And he also gave me Minority Report, which I've yet to watch. I hear quite often this is in people's top 5 Spielberg films, so I'm very interested on checking it out. This is the 2-disc edition as well. Alright guys, so that is it for this update. I really hope you enjoyed. As always, if you've seen any of these titles that I've shown, definitely leave a comment down below on what you thought of them. Leave a massive like rating on this video guys if you did enjoy and you want to see more. Hit that subscribe button if you are new around here and you've yet to subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you get an update on when I'm uploading next. Check out all my social medias in the description of this video, my Twitter, my Facebook, my Letterboxd. I think that's it. So definitely check me out on all those and give me a follow. As I said, any unboxings that I've done for any of these titles that I picked up, the links will be in the description if you want to check them out. Until next time guys, stay awesome as always, have a great day, peace.